Welcome to team. Welcome to Team Time. It is Monday night. It's August 12th. Dee Corchin here. I'm glad to see you guys. Meg is here for Monday Night Team Time. So good to see you guys on live. And you hopefully saw that we're going to start something new. Really want to do what we can to encourage live participation, and look at every single one of us right now is on with our camera on. So I know that's not always possible, but when you can, just like with our clients, we know that when we're plugged in, it's going to make the biggest difference in terms of our energy, our enthusiasm, our inspiration, our connection, our education, all the things. So we are going to be doing, just as a pilot, some weekly drawings. So if you want to participate in this week's drawing for a prize, I am going to drop a link in the comments. And Meg just did. Look at that. She's so far ahead of me. So fill that out, guys, because what you're going to do is fill out that link. We'll say it a few times in the call, but fill out the link. That's how we know you're here. And we're going to drop it into our random name picker towards the end. So who likes to win a prize? Put a 1 in the comment if you want to win a prize. It's always fun. All right. Well, good stuff. Meg, you got anything to say as we're getting started?
Yeah, actually, so tonight we are all about talking about how to grow utilizing Commit to Health and the Summer Sizzle. And I am just curious if we could all put in the chat, why did we show up tonight? What are we hoping to learn? Is it more tips for how to grow with Commit to Health, tips for the Summer Sizzle, or maybe you're just here because it's Monday night. You've got a habit of coming every Monday night and you're plugging into community, which is always a great thing. But would love to know kind of how everybody's checking in tonight.
Love it. Michael's here and one of our newer coaches. He's here to learn, to grow. Beth, rocking your schedule. Love it. Have it. Never miss it. It's a rock pin. It's what I do. Love it. Well, you know what? We all, we've heard James Clear talk about the power of habits, right? This is a good habit to be in. Good. Look at all those rocks in the calendar. So just encourage you. I mean, obviously, nobody does things just to do them. Yeah, we obviously get something out of it. So to grow, right? For community, for that connection. So whatever it is, keep doing it. Want you to build that consistency. If you haven't been coming in a while, try to plug back in and invite others. Talk to your peers, your coaches on your team. Yeah, so good. Commitment. Yep, good to see you, Zena. Always good to see you. Okay, so before we dive too far in, I know we've got some newer faces. Just want to make sure everybody's up to speed with what we've got, because we're in a really unique season right now that we have some things available to us to help us grow. And one is provided by the company, which is Commit to Health. That's a price savings that's available until the end of the month. And then we also have within our team, we're doing our end of summer 2-week summer sizzle. So I almost said summer fizzle. That would be terrible. Summer sizzle. But I just want to show real quick, just so you see the savings. Let me pull it up. Let's see. So Commit to Health. Can you guys see my screen right now with the Commit to Health savings? So with Commit to Health, individuals are going to save typically as a new client, or this also applies to clients that haven't ordered in 180 days, which is the past 6 months. They're typically going to get that discount of $115 off if they order the 5-in-1 program. That's just for their 22 fuelings. And then, of course, we add the books into it. But with the promotion, it's a $75 discount for a total of $190 off. So that's pretty significant in terms of the savings. Meg, you want to pop in here how we thought it was half off, but it might not quite be half off?
Yeah. So Dee and I were having this conversation of like, man, if a client comes into us and it says, hey, I just want to order half a month and I just want to get 11 of boxes. We told them we're not going to let anybody just order 11 boxes right now because this discount is too epic. So Dee and I figured out this crazy calculation and now we're trying to do our steps again to figure out how that calculation worked. But this deal is pretty epic and we are fired up about what this means for people. And it really helps get us into action, but it gives somebody a reason to say yes to themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a reason I wanted to put this up here because we have been so conditioned to think 5-in-1, 5-in-1, 5-in-1. But this is just a reminder with the different programs that we have. So we have the 5-in-1 active. So this is where you're doing the 5-in-1 program, and they're going to get a package of the essential amino acids with it. They get up to $205 off total. We've also got the 4-in-2 active program. We've also got the 3-in-3, the optimization program, and also the GLP-1 nutrition plan, which can be used for the GLP-1, or we've also been utilizing it as our flex plan for those individuals who want to have more flexibility in their eating and more whole foods. So in addition to these savings, they also get, instead of the normal 10% rewards, they're getting 30% rewards off their next order. So your typical 5-in-1 person is $90 off their second order. So really significant savings to be actively putting out there right now. And any questions on that before we go further on the Commit to Health? So valid for new clients as well as your inactives. All right, we'll talk about action steps, how to reach these individuals as well. Meg, you want to touch base on the summer sizzle?
Absolutely. So the summer sizzle is coming up. We were trying to think of, man, what can we do to get clients fired up and ready to just go all in again. So what we love about the idea of the summer sizzle, which starts next week, is it's just 14 days. 14 days, and you and I both know 14 days can change somebody's entire life, right? And I know for me, my entire life got changed in just 10 days. So much can happen. So this is a great chance to reach out to clients who maybe, over the summer, they've kind of gotten off track. They forgot about their goals, or they haven't been in touch with you as much, or maybe clients that you haven't heard from in a while, inactives, people you want to reach out to for Commit to Health. This is a great opportunity to get them fired up and jumping back in.
Yeah, yeah. So now is the time for promoting. And before we get into the action, the how, we've always got to talk about the why. Oh, Beth, go ahead. I see your hand up.
Yes, I have a question. So are we going to have anything in the Eat, Live, and Be Healthy group talking about the sizzle for 14 days?
Yes. So
Okay.
there is a registration form. So hopefully you've seen the link was posted in Coaches Out for Change. And also I'm now going to post every single day about this in Eat, Live, and Be Healthy. So they'll register. We'll have a list of who's participating. But in addition to that, we will do 14 days of the color backed post. We found that worked really well when it was really easy to find. And really what we're trying to do is build that foundation so that people can get results, right? They can commit for 14 days, that they can get results. So this is for your new, it's for your inactive, and also just those clients you have, like they order, but they've been waffling all over the place. So getting that commitment, maybe it's you, maybe you need to sign up for it, like everybody's in a different space. But that's the reason for doing it. We're really adopting, we saw other teams doing similar, so decided to adopt that. And if anybody would like to help with those posts, if you want to reach out to Meg or I, we would love to have some assistance with those. It's always good to have fresh voices and fresh audience with it. So I was on a meeting today with Dr. A and Dan Bell. It's probably one of the best conversations I've really heard him sharing kind of about like the state of the union, state of the world, and kind of post-convention coming off Synergy. He mentioned that he had a meeting today with Nick Johnson, who is president of Optavia, actually felt more alignment than he's felt in a long time in terms of partnership between the field and corporate in moving forward with this mission. And one thing he said is, the world has changed. The introduction of the GLP-1 drugs, the state of the world, the economy, the world has changed. There's no doubt about it. We are blessed that our company saw it. They had researchers involved, actually got involved with it. And of course, we've been hearing a lot about these different programs and I want to say WebMD with the telehealth company, because in an attempt to educate us. But it really is just to give us another tool to operate, with those individuals. Is also why we have the active program, is they're keeping us competitive in the marketplace. And what Dr. A really was emphasizing, he said, 5-in-1 is not the only answer for people anymore. And so if we're limiting ourselves to that we're really limiting the ability to help as many people as we could, because there's just different populations with different needs. And he also said GLP-1 is not the answer, right? We know, you check anything on Instagram, Facebook around this, all the research is showing, all the experience is showing the need for exactly what we've offered for 20 years, which is solid nutrition plans and lifestyle and behavioral change. So it looks different. The canvas is different, but it's still out there for us. And one thing he said, and I just really want you to, it's something that I've had to examine in myself and have really felt a fundamental shift really in just about the past week to 10 days, is he said, that I just want to get his words right. He said, psychological flexibility and adaptability is required. Like, we are business owners. We don't sell product. We are business owners. This is a noble profession that we do. Most of us got into this because we want to coach clients. We want to help. And as any business owners, anything you owned, right? Emily, I'm sure you see the real estate market change, right? There's always adaptation to what is going on. So I'm so glad that you guys are here, that you're in position, you want to learn and grow. But the other thing that was stated is we've kind of come through this, right? It's not so new anymore. GLP-1's not so new. We're going on about 2 years now that they've been out there. So that curve is there. And he reminded us that after every adversity, right? And so we had some adversity. Things look different. But after every adversity comes a season of opportunity. And we just really want to help you guys capitalize on that, optimize on that, and work together as a team to continue this mission out there. So one question I have is, as we've gone through this with Commit to Health, have you set a goal? Like, have you written down how many new clients would you like to have come on board this month with Commit to Health? How many inactives would you like to have come on board? So maybe just put a yes or a no if you'd be fully transparent. Have you set your objective? Do you have clarity on what it is you want to achieve this month? Just a yes or no in the comments. So Frank, a yes. Gina, yes. Michael, yes. Good. Beth, no. Okay. Appreciate the honesty. No. Okay. Okay. Love the almost. So there is evidence that shows, I think the statistic is like, we are 72% more likely to reach our goals when we set them, when they're specific, and when we declare them. So I would challenge you. I'm going to tell you right now, like, what I wrote down for my goals for this month. And so I keep this notebook where I track every single day. I look in the back office. I track my volume, the team's volume, my new clients, the team's clients. But on the back, I specify it. So for myself, I had written, I want 4 new clients for this month, and I want 5 returning clients. So a total of 9. So I would encourage you right now to think of your goal and write it down and put it someplace visible, whether it's the index card or, a notebook, but have it out so that you know, because I've got to fill in today 2 people, 2 returning clients. So that's cool that's there. So do that. And I encourage you to take a picture of it and share it with your coach. And Frank, I see that you are on. And so could you maybe share, because I know you and Shauna have set some really clear goals for earning bonuses, number of new clients. So kind of, if you'd share with the group, what made you do that? How do you do it? And what makes it work for you?
Yeah, thank you, Dee. And Dee, you kind of touched on it a little bit ago when you mentioned, treating this business like a business. And I think that's so key, is that I think what holds some people back is obviously the low startup cost, $199, and they don't see it as a business. But it's really a business, and the potential for income and the potential for growth, the potential for freedom is unlike a lot of businesses out there, where you're tied to a brick and mortar building and you're tied to a lot of hours. So about a year ago, not this last convention, a year ago convention, Shauna and I were at convention, and collectively we just come to the realization that part of our business is not only helping people get healthy and helping the world get healthy, but is actually expanding that. And we're limited by the number of hours in a day. So the only way we can expand that is by bringing on other coaches that have a desire to get the world healthy. And that's really the ultimate mission. And obviously we can't control what other coaches do. Other coaches may not have the same mindset. They may not have the same work ethic. They may have excuses. So we said we could fill our funnel and we can control that. That's the only thing we can control. We can control our funnel, fill our funnel, and we know at the bottom of that funnel that if we put the right number and right amount of numbers at the top of the funnel, that coaches will drip out of the bottom of the funnel. So a year ago, we set a goal to achieve the client support bonus every single month. And we did that. So from last July to this July, we hit the client support bonus every single month. Now, I say that not to brag, and I say that not to boast, because Shauna and I, we have a very unique business. We are a couple and we both build this business. So when you look at our business, a lot of times people say, why can't I do what they do? Well, comparison is the thief of joy. Anytime you compare yourself to somebody else, you're stealing your own joy. Shauna and I run a very high frontline volume. We run typically about 20,000 frontline volume every single month, and we have done that for as long as I can remember. But we're two coaches. Shauna runs 10,000. I run 10,000. She has her clients. I have my clients, and we certainly overlap sometimes. She did a check-in call with my clients tonight because I was tied up earlier before this call. So we set that goal. And then this convention, we said, you know what? We're just going to keep the pace. But this time we have a goal set of that new client support bonus, which is 7%, which is 7 or more clients. We hit that last month. We expect to hit that again this month, and we expect to hit it every single month, 12 out of 12. What does that do? If we bring in 7 clients every single month, we maintain that high frontline volume, but hopefully we'll get 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 coaches dripping out of the bottom of that funnel. And that fulfills the mission of let's get the world healthy.
Woo, Frank, that is awesome. Let's get the world healthy. I love hearing about how y'all set goals, how you and Shauna set goals. And it was evident last week when we were celebrating the month of July and your name was up on the screen several times. So, man, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. So let's talk about how we can actually get into action. So we talked about how to set goals, right? Or the importance of setting a goal. It's also important that we not just set a goal, but we set the time to work. So we talked last week in Team Time. If you didn't catch it live, go ahead and go back and listen to the recording. Vicki Meister was on fire, as were a lot of other coaches, talking about the different steps that we learned, daily actions that we can take that we learned from convention. And I just love to know if you've been doing that, if you would put that in the chat and share with us some things that have come from it. But we know one of the things that is true, one of the sayings we always hear is action begets action, right? So the more we work, right, the more fired up we become, the more lives that we impact, which is ultimately why we're all here, right? Because on the other side of our action is transformation. It's somebody getting healthy. It's somebody choosing to take a step forward in their own personal transformation, which is really stinking cool. I love what we're reading in the chat. Debbie shared that using a system and a checklist helps to keep her on track. And what I know about Debbie is she has a certain time. She has a time that she sits down and she works her list and gets into action. So if that's not something you have right now, we recommend it. So wherever you start, right, and talk to your mentorship line to figure out, okay, how much time should you be putting into this business based on what your goals are? One coach out there who actually has done some pretty cool things recently to find new clients is Emily. Emily, will you share with us a little bit about what you did last Monday and what action came out because of it?
Sure. Hi. Corey just texted me and said I look tired, so thanks, Corey. I am pretty tired. But I decided to, after talking to Meg, who's always so helpful, I decided that I needed to come clean to myself and to my clients, like just to start there, because I was definitely paralyzed about, going to Facebook or whatever social media. I just couldn't do it. So I drafted an email and I sent it to her and she said, love it. And so I just went with it. So I titled it My Dirty Little Secret and I sent it to every one of my clients, past, present. And so I said, "Hi, friend, I have to come clean. I've been quiet lately and hiding more than I'd like to admit. And this morning I decided to take some accountability and text my coach. That's what she's there for. And she's never expected me to be perfect. I am human after all, just like she is. The summer and life got to me with the kids being home all summer, and my real estate career has been so busy. And I've gotten away from my routine, and I've been indulging in so many treats that weren't really worth it. The truth is, I feel awful. I don't feel like I did last summer when I was at my most healthy and feeling my best. I loved going into my closet and knowing that everything was going to feel good on me. And lately, that hasn't been the case. I'm ready to get back to where I want to be. So today, I messaged my coach my weight, and I promised myself that the number would only go down from here. One of the most important things Optavia has taught me is that I'm never stuck. If I'm not feeling my best, I know the way back. It works if I follow the program, and I'm not going to stay quiet anymore because I know I'm not alone. This program has shown me that there are so many friends and acquaintances who need this program. So I'm here to share for you and to maybe help you start contending for yourself again, too. If you want to join me, all I ask is that you text me your weight or reply to this email and tell me what your why is. That will be my signal that you're ready to get back to feeling your best, too. Also, if you haven't ordered within the last 6 months, you'll qualify for some huge discounts. So now's a perfect time. Let's get on it before the holidays push us further from where we want to be. Thanks for being a safe place for me to share, and know I'm here anytime for you. So I sent it, and then I'm not gonna lie, right after I sent it, I was like, "Oh, why did I do that?" Because then it was just out there for the world, but really I'd been hiding and it wasn't doing any good for anyone. So I got a few replies. I got 4. One guy who has been has been trying for a while. He's type 1 diabetic. I tried. He tried. He's doing the surgery, which I'm glad he told me. I think he was holding that secret and needed to get it off his chest. So it opened up a whole conversation, and that was great. And then I had 3 other people recommit. And so that was really great. And I had one of them make an appointment to talk to me this week. So they're really going to do it. I'm going to try and just be really consistent. I think that if we look at our team, I'm just going to just say it, we're missing a lot of people who should be here. And it makes me sad because I like so many of those people. And it's so easy for, whether it's the voices in our heads or just like the weight, actually, the physical weight creeping up, it can happen so freaking fast, and you just want to hide. So I don't know why all those people aren't here, but I miss them. And I know that every time, even if I fail again and again and again, this is the thing that worked for me. So I'm just going to keep doing it. And so now I'm calling this my second comeback. That's what I'm doing. I'm having my second comeback, and hopefully I won't have to have a third one, but we'll see. I'm just here for it. So I hope that helps. I don't know.
It absolutely helps so much. Your vulnerability and your authenticity, Emily, is so encouraging and inspiring. Your heart is just beaming through. And like we were talking earlier, this is your Simone Biles moment, right? Like, she had her second comeback and look what happened. She's the GOAT, right? So just like Simone, this is your GOAT moment, which is pretty cool. But that's the kind of gift we give our clients when we give them a reason to step back in. Every time we are vulnerable, even if it hurts, right? Even like Emily, she was like, oh no. What I love about it is 3 people's lives were transformed, at least, right? So far, because she had the courage to take action. So I would just love to know if you would like 3 clients to recommit, put a me in the chat. Because I know for sure I would love for 3 clients to recommit. So I'm going to challenge everyone, take a minute and think about all the me's are coming in. This is so cool. And even better to think about, okay, if each one of us, right? We've got 30 people on this call. If each one of us invited or had 3 people recommit, imagine the change that could happen. And we know it's not just about getting a new client. It's about that client becoming more confident, more comfortable, sleeping better, having better energy, being a better mom, right? However they show up, they're going to be showing up better, which is so cool. It just brightens up their corner of the world. So I just love that. I also loved in your letter or your email, Emily, you didn't give a deadline. You didn't say, hey, this is going to expire August 31st. You just said, hey, now is the time. I feel like that's our message, right? I saw a coach post something, a great quote that's like, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. And that's our message to our clients, right? Like the time is now. This is the time to recommit. And so we're going to challenge everybody. Think back on the last time you had your own personal moment of decision. It might be like Emily sitting there saying, okay, this is going to be my Simone Biles moment. Maybe you have that moment. Maybe you have something similar. Think about that, because just like we were moved by Emily's story, if you can tap into your own personal story, that's what's going to move somebody else. I'll tell you, I had a moment today where I was ordering a t-shirt for this volunteer opportunity, and I got to pick the size of the t-shirt that I was ordering. And my size small is feeling a little snug. And I had a moment like, okay, do I want to ask for a medium? Or do I want to fight and contend to be the small that makes me feel my best? And so that's just a little picture of me and how I plan to use my story and my vulnerability to help inspire and create change. Dee, I know you're really great at this, and you've got some ideas for us.
Yeah, well, I think what you just said, Emily, was so powerful. Maybe if you'll even share your letter in our coach group, the power of our own story. And I've heard some coaches say like, you know what, I'm just going to look for new clients because my inactives, blah, blah, but like, how many of us are trying, keep trying, you know what I mean? That we're still in the game. So if we can have that kind of confidence, that kind of faith, just come alongside people, no matter where they are, and think about that's where people are. I will tell you, I watch in our organization, people are postponing orders. They're postponing orders. There are some that cancel, but the percentage of postpones to cancel far exceeds, which means in their mind, they're coming back to this. In their mind. And so everything you said about the comeback, that applies to each of us with our own personal health. And it applies to us with our business. It's what's clicking in here and what's our decision. I had declared to you guys I was going to lose 10 pounds, my fall in love 10 pounds I had gained. It was a decision. I'm down 6.2 and it feels fabulous. The pants are fitting better. My confidence is up. And guess what? It's showing in my business again. Like, you know what I mean? It's an energy that flows. So I just encourage you to kind of do a check there. Let's do our drawing. And then I want to tell you two quick things before we hop over to, and I'll let in our clients. So let's do our drawing for the prize. So give me 1 second. This is everybody who entered. Do our famous wheel of names. Can you guys see it? The wheel? All right, here we go. All right, look at that. Kelly McCullough, you are our winner. You're going to get a $15 Amazon gift card. So you can use whatever you want for that. So sweet. So we'll do another one next week. Just two quick things before we go. Two opportunities for us that I just learned about. The field is working more collaboratively now in terms of communicating other things that are available. If one team's putting on a training event, they'll let us participate in it so that we can utilize all the resources and have different voices. So tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern time, there is an Explore Coaching information session that is happening, run by the Valentine organization. So David and Deanna Asensio, and then they've got some great speakers. So if you've got somebody in mind for coaching, this is a huge opportunity to invite them to that. And then the Valentine organization, so Dan and Megan Valentine, they are also starting a boot camp, which I seem to have lost the picture for. They are starting a boot camp this Saturday. It's a 5-week boot camp. So that starts this Saturday and is posted in our coach group. So if you're looking for new ideas, new ways to do things, encourage you to participate in that. So our time is up. We've got a couple clients that are waiting for the community call. It's going to be a great one with Dave Blanchard. So we'll let them in. Thank you guys for being here. Remember on Thursdays at 12:30 or 12:30, we have time for you for more interaction as a team. All right. Let me stop our recording.